Other progressive women concentrated on another moral issue, one that had plagued the nation since the Reconstruction days following the Civil War: suffrage, the right for women to vote.
1912. All along Fifth Avenue, from Washington Square to 57th, were gathered thousands of men and women of New York. Women doctors, lawyers, architects, artists, actresses, sculptors, waitresses, domestic and industrial workers, all marched with an intensity and purpose that astonished the crowds that lined the street.
Founded in 1890, the leaders of the National American Women's Suffrage Association used 3 different approaches to try to win the vote for women. First, they attempted to get state governments to grant them suffrage, but only Wyoming, Utah, Colorado, and Idaho agreed. Suffragettes then decided to take their cause to court, citing the 14th Amendment. It said that states which denied their male citizens the right to vote would lose congressional representation. Women argued that they were citizens too, and therefore the states must allow them to vote. So Susan B. Anthony and other women made over 150 attempts to vote in 10 different states, forcing the Supreme Court to decide their case. But despite the fact the Supreme Court in 1875 agreed that women were citizens, they concluded that citizenship alone did not automatically grant women the right to vote. Their third approach was to rally support for a constitutional amendment granting suffrage. Time and again, the Senate defeated it. The suffrage campaign marched on, and with America's entry into World War I in 1917, the tide seemed to be turning. Leaders of the women's movement redoubled their efforts. Susan B. Anthony and Carrie Chapman Catt continued the NAWSA's cautious approach, while other women leaders, such as Lucy Burns and Alice Paul, formed a more radical organization, the National Women's Party, which openly blamed the Democrats and used protest marches and even hunger strikes to try to win the vote. Finally, in 1919, Congress approved the 19th Amendment, and the following year the states ratified it, granting women suffrage. The long battle for suffrage had taken 72 years.